Let's find the formula for this parabola. Between 0 and 20, we have this y value of 10. Specifically, we have 0, 10 as the xy coordinates. Looking very carefully, we see there's a crosshair over here, which is 100, 60. If we just focus on this point here, we see the parabola has moved up 10 units from the origin. So we could say the parabola is y is equals to a. We can say x squared plus 10. We know the parabola has not moved left or right, so we just write x instead of x minus 2 or x plus 1. But we're not sure what the a value is. Let's now substitute the x and y values, 160. We have 60 equals a, x which is 100, squared plus 10. 100 times 100 is a large number. It has 4 zeros. And 60 minus 10 is 50. Dividing both sides by the coefficient, we have 50 over 10,000. These zeros cancel. And when we divide top and bottom by 5, we get 1 over 200 as our a value. Thus, the equation is y equals 1 over 200 x squared plus 10. This parabola is compressed by a lot. Let's find the equation of a parabola that has a vertex of 1, 2 and a y-intercept of 4. A y-intercept 4 means the opposite of y, which is x, is 0. So we have the point 0, 4. Let's focus on the vertex. The vertex form of a parabola is y equals a, x minus that number 1 squared plus 2. We now substitute the xy values. Y is 4 and the x value is 0. Negative 1 times negative 1 squared is 1. So we just have a here. And 4 minus 2 is 2. Thus a is 2. So the equation is y equals 2 times x minus 1 squared plus 2. Similar to the question above, we write y equals a, x minus 2 squared plus 1, because we substitute 2 here and the 1 here. Notice how the x value becomes opposite. If we have positive 2 here, we end up with negative. We now substitute this y value of negative 1/3. And the x value is 4. What is 4 minus 2? We have 2. 2 squared is 4. So we have 4a, and we have negative 1/3 minus 1. Let's do some scratch work here. What is negative 1/3 minus 1, or minus 3 over 3? It is minus 4 over 3. So we write minus 4 over 3 here. Multiplying both sides by 3, we have minus 4 equals 12a. And dividing both sides by 12, we have a equals negative 4 over 12. And we reduce this to be 1 over 3, 1/3. So the equation is y equals negative 1/3 x minus 2 squared plus 1. This a value is negative, so it's a sad-faced parabola, and the vertex is 2, 1. Height in meters is a function of time in seconds. On this planet, this parabola, it's a sad-faced parabola, models your height jumping into water. What is your initial height? Your initial height means that time equals 0. So when we substitute time equals 0, we get h of t, specifically time is 0, equals negative 0 minus 2 squared plus 10. We just substitute 0 into t. Negative 2 squared is 4. And so we have negative 4 plus 10, which is 6. So our initial height is 6 meters. So let's draw this jump. We start at a height of 6, we jump, and we land into the water over here. Part B. When do we reach our maximum height? Over here, the tip of the parabola. This maximum height is concerning the y value, but we're concerned about the x value because this is the duration of time that has passed. Looking at this vertex form, the vertex is 2, 10, and the first value is our t value, or time. So we'll say that 2 seconds later we reach our maximum height, and that maximum height is 10 meters. Next, let's find out when we land in the water. When we land in the water, the height is not 10, it's not 6, it is 0. So we're allowed to set the h value, height equals 0. So 0 equals minus t minus 2 squared plus 10. We copy the equation and we substitute 0. And we throw this negative term to the left side of the equal sign, so it becomes positive. We have t minus 2 squared equals 10. And we take the square root of both sides. So we have t minus 2 equals plus minus the square root of 10. Now we're not interested in negative times, so we're going to eliminate and reject the negative answer. We'll just keep the positive answer, root 10. And so t, adding 2 to both sides, is going to be 2 plus root 10 seconds exactly. Let's try one more idea. After jumping, for how long are we above this height of 6 meters? So let's visualize this line y equals 6 and try to figure out when this horizontal line intersects the parabola. So let's set 6 equals the parabola. We have negative t minus 2 squared plus 10. We'll throw this to the left, so we have t minus 2 squared equals 10 minus 6, which is 4. And we take the square root of both sides. So we have t minus 2 equals plus minus the square root of 4 is 2. So t equals either positive 2 plus 2, which is 4, or we have another possible time as a solution, negative 2 plus 2, which is 0. So these are the critical points. The t value is 0 and 4. So for this duration of time between 0 and 4, the x values or the t values at the point of intersection, for 4 seconds we see that we're above this bar, this height. So the duration of time that we're above this height of 6 is 4 seconds.